Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. My name is Rebecca. I post videos all about luxury, beauty, lifestyle. So if you're into that kind of content, then definitely hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 4-year wear and tear update on the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size and the monogram canvas. In this video, I am also going to go ahead and show you what fits inside, or kind of like how I pack it for an everyday basis. And I'll go ahead and insert some modeling shots so you can see it on me. I am 5'2" and I'm about a size 4, so just to give you like perspective on that. So if you want to see all there is to know about this bag and see how it's held up after 4 years, then just keep on watching. Alright, so a little backstory on this lovely Louis Vuitton piece. This was actually my first ever luxury, first Louis Vuitton bag, and I had wanted this tote for so long, and I finally had saved up part of the amount, and my boyfriend decided to split it with me half and half. At the time that I got it about 4 years ago, I think it was only around like $1,300 or so. Now it is currently retailing for $1,500, and it does come with a removable pouch. I'll go ahead and like throw up a photo of it because I actually sold mine. I will get into that as well, you know, to give you like why I did that. But this bag does come in the monogram, damier ben, damier azur, and it does come in some like leather options, and they will come out with like seasonal versions of this bag as well. I knew for my first piece I wanted the monogram. I just was dying to have this bag. I'm also going to try to go ahead and like insert a photo of what it looked like when I first got it, because the leather has totally patinaed and changed. It's crazy. Anytime I look back to see like when I first got it, how different it looked, and just it's so soft now. It's like not as structured as it is when you first get it. So I do have mine in the like, it's like the pink fuchsia. I think it's called Pivony, I don't know. It's the fuchsia one. I was between this one, and I think at the time they had a red interior as well, but I just love pink and I thought this was beautiful. So this bag is an open tote. Does have 2 handles. I will go ahead and throw up the dimensions on the screen as well in case you're interested in all of that. It does have these leather side straps that you can adjust. As you can probably see, I don't adjust mine very much. That's why the leather is so light there. It does have a little hook, so you can hook it closed. I never do this, but I'll show you anyway. This is like the most security you're gonna get out of this bag. It is an open tote, so just keep that in mind. I can't even get it to like do it. Okay, so here's what it looks like with it, you know, hooked. It is a little bit more secure. I mean, obviously, you know, the person could still put their hand in, but it is more secure than it being open. And then also on the inside, you have a D-ring that you could hook, you know, keys on, or the pouch that came with it, you could have like hooked it there. And then it has one large pocket that does have a zipper. So if you have like a card holder or something and you don't want it just floating around, you can go ahead and put it in here and zip it shut. So the first things I do want to note is that obviously you can tell the leather on mine has wear. It has water spots. It has patinaed quite a bit. And by the way, I want to note that I purchased this separately. It does not come with it, but I thought it looked really cute on this bag. The other thing about this bag is you can like cinch in the sides. However, I don't think that looks as flattering on the MM as I think it does on the GM. Like, I think it just makes the bag too small. I never do that, so. But that is also what these are for. You can cinch it in and then you slide this up and it will like hold the cinch in place. So as far as the canvas itself goes, there's no like major signs of wear. And to be honest with you, when I first got this bag, as with every bag that I get, I babied it at first, but then this bag has become a total workhorse for me. It gets thrown around, I don't baby it, and the canvas looks incredible. And the bottom of it looks really nice for being 4 years. What I will say, what I love about this bag is that after having it for so long, as I mentioned before, I don't want to get my lipstick on it, it has really softened up, and it's just so much more like I don't know, it's just not as stiff, you know. And it was funny because when I had first got this bag and went into the store, like it was probably like a year later, I had set my bag down and the SA was like, it's so funny how structured your bag still is. She's like, obviously you didn't get it that long ago. And I was like, yeah, it's newer. So I thought that was interesting, but now I totally see what she means. It's much more like just softer and a little bit easier to like contour to your body when you're carrying it. Now, honestly, I had never looked at the corners of the bag until I was planning to film this video. So I will go ahead and show you what the corners look like. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. On one corner, you can see that little dot. It's not even wanting to focus on it that much. One little dot right there where you can see that it is starting to wear. So I don't want to mess with it, but like I said, I never even had looked at the corners until I was getting ready to film this bag, so it's obviously not causing an issue functionally. Every other corner looks really good. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of wear on each one. Let me see. Might be a little bit more wear happening on the other corner, but again, you know, I don't baby this bag and I've had it for 4 years. I think it looks amazing for being 4 years old. You know, I do have like a couple like white little spots on my bag, which I think are from like bumping into walls. I'm sure I could just wipe that off. I have never wiped this bag down. I've never done anything. If you are going to wipe it, make sure that you're using alcohol-free baby wipes. Alcohol will ruin it. You want to just use like a water wipe, or to be honest with you, just take a paper towel probably and just get it a little bit damp and maybe rub away some of the markings. I know some people do treat their vachetta leather. I never did. I didn't even know anything about that when I had first got the bag. And yeah, the water spots are kind of like a bummer when you first get the bag and it happens. But now at this point, I mean, you can tell, let me show you. You can tell that I had some watermarks like right there, but it's not that noticeable and it doesn't take away from the functionality of the bag, you know? I think that this bag has so much like life to it now that the leather has like patinaed really nicely. I will say that down the road, if this gets a ton darker, I have seen some like online that are very, very dark, which I think happens after many, many years. I do think I would pay to have the leather replaced, or maybe just go ahead and like invest in a new one. It just depends, you know. So I do want to point out that I mentioned in the video that this comes with a little wristlet pouch. I did sell mine this year. So I had kept it for about, it was like 3.5 years that I had kept the pouch. I never really used it. Obviously when I first got this bag, I did use it. I was trying, you know, it was my first luxury item. So I was really, you know, I was really just trying to utilize each piece. However, over time, I found that it was just sitting in my closet. The thing I didn't like about it was that it is a flat pouch. And I find it hard to really put much in it because it is a flat pouch. So I just didn't really love it. I know so many people do love the pouch, but I want to note that, so this bag, the MM, is currently retailing for $1,500, right? I ended up selling my pouch, I believe it was $4 to $4.25 that I got for the pouch from Fashionphile. If you were to try to sell it on like a Facebook group or sell it yourself, you might even get a little bit more. And mine was used. There was some marking on the vachetta, like it wasn't in perfect condition. So if you were to buy this bag and you found you're like, I don't really need the pouch, go ahead and sell it, and that takes down the price. I currently really want to get the Neverfull GM in the Damier Ebene. I really, really want this in the bigger size. I had almost gotten the GM when I first bought this, but my boyfriend said, he was like, you should probably just get the MM, you know, if you're going to be using this as like an everyday carry. The main reason I want the GM at this point is just because I want something a little bit bigger for when I need to like travel or carry things to work. This one, I can end up packing this like totally full. So I do want to get the GM at some point, but that's exactly what I would do. If I buy the GM, I'm going to immediately sell the pouch right away, brand new and try to get as much as I can for it, which again knocks down the price of the bag. So in this case, let's just say an even $400 that you could get for the pouch. That makes this only $1,100 at that point. So I mean, yes, it is expensive. We're talking Louis Vuitton, we're talking a luxury item here, but the Neverfull is a classic bag and I absolutely love it. I don't use it every single day anymore now that I have other bags. When I first got my Marmont, I gave this a good rest, but for the first like, what, 2.5 years of its life, I used it every single day. The only time I wouldn't use it was like if I was going out somewhere, I would just use a smaller bag that I had or whatever. Obviously, I'm not gonna like carry this into the club. That's a little bit big, but as far as like for my everyday, I was literally using this all the time. And in the modeling shots, I'll show you like on the shoulder, I'll show you on the crook of the arm. A lot of times I let this just kind of hang in the crook of my arm and I love it. And it has a good weight capacity. I believe what I've heard is that it can hold up to 150 pounds, which if you're putting 150 pounds in your bag, I think that's a lot. I think maybe some reevaluating needs to happen on what you need to carry. So anyway, we're gonna jump angles and I'm gonna try to show you a bunch of things that can fit in the bag and how I would pack it on an everyday basis. All right, so I apologize for the angle here, but I'm gonna do my best. So I'm just gonna show you first what I put in it on an everyday basis. I apologize for the shadow. Let's see, okay. So, a lot of times I do carry around my laptop, and at this point I don't really put it in its case. I'll just like stick it in there, but I do want to show you that it can fit in there inside of a case as well. So as you can see, fits in, and there's still, let me try to show you here, there's still plenty of space, as you'll see. So, I put my laptop. And lately, I've also been carrying around a textbook. I have one class happening right now, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. This is what I would put in it on like a work day basis because I can do some studying at work, so I bring my textbook. Then I will go ahead and put in like my essentials. So then I have my pencil case, my agenda PM, toiletry 15, Victorine wallet, my 2 key clays. I don't need both of these, but I'm just gonna show you. My 6 key holder. We'll go ahead and just throw in like a pair of sunglasses just to show you. And then I even have a cardigan sweater that can fit nice and comfortably on top. So as you can see, all of that fits in. I'll move the sweater so you can see a little bit of a better view here. All of those things fit in, no problem at all. So it's great. I have all those SLGs, and as you see, there's still room on top, so that's why I can fit my cardigan, and that is what I would bring. So now, let's say you didn't need to carry your laptop or a textbook. Let me take that out. But let's say you wanted to bring like an iPad. I have this one, which is, I believe, this is an 11-inch. It's one of the iPad Pros. And let's say you wanted to bring a book. I'm currently reading this by Hilary Burton Morgan. And you could fit both of these in, no problem, obviously. And you have tons of space. I mean, this is tons of space left. Then let's say you move this around, you could go ahead and stick in this water bottle. I got this on Amazon. It's amazing if you're trying to drink a ton of water. I'll go ahead and link it below. That can fit in right on the side. I can go ahead and maybe like set the pencil pouch like that. So you need the sweater, bada boom, it all fits. So it's great. Now I will say that when I do carry around like the textbook and the laptop, it does get heavy. Let's be real, that's a textbook and a 13-inch laptop. It's heavy. But like this stuff is not bad at all. I mean, it is a little bit heavy, but it's a tote bag, you know, when you're carrying around a bunch of stuff, that's what's gonna happen. In the mod shots, I will show you me carrying it with like this stuff in it, and then I'll also show what it looks like if I were to take these 2 items out because these are the heavier items. But let's see what it looks like without those. So as you see, there's just tons of room. So if you only carry like this amount of stuff, then I think the MM size would be perfect for you. I don't think you really need much more than this. Now, if you were using it Like as you saw when I had the laptop and the textbook in there, it was getting pretty full. So that is kind of the reason why I want the GM personally for work, because I could fit those things. I can maybe even fit like a lunchbox, I think, because the GM is pretty massive. I can just fit a lot more in that. So that is why that one's on my wish list, but this is an excellent bag. And I also want to point out that you can fit things back here. So like let's say you wanted to free up some space, you could go ahead and put those in there, and like you wanted to, let's say, zip them. If you had like your cards and stuff in there, you can, and it really doesn't take up much room. So now let me go ahead and jump into the mod shots. All right, so here's the bag on my shoulder. I apologize, you can't actually see me, but I am 5'2" for reference, and it hits me, it's like right about at my hip. That's where it stops when I have it on the shoulder. Currently I have in it all just the SLGs and stuff. I took out the iPad and the book, so the bottom does not have too much of a sag. I know if you really were to fill it, it would have a lot more, but it does have a little bit, which I don't mind. I think this bag looks amazing like this. Then you could also carry it on the like crook of the arm. I can carry it like that. It's not bad at all. And as you see, I mean, it is quite big in relation to me. It's wider than me at the top. So it is definitely like a bigger tote, but I think it's just so cute. And if you're not super into the monogram, then you can definitely go for one of the damier prints or even a leather, and it would be a lot more understated. So that is that. Then I'm gonna show you how it looks. Let me put the laptop or the iPad and the book in it. With the laptop and with the iPad and the book, it does get a little bit heavier. Maybe there's like a little bit more of a sag, but it still can fit comfortably on the shoulder. I can push it kind of behind me. I can keep it like this. You know, it's not bad at all. I think it looks really nice. I just absolutely love this bag, if you can't tell. But yeah, that is that for mod shots. Alright, so I hope that seeing what's inside and some mod shots was helpful to you. Now, my overall opinion on this bag and how it has held up is honestly excellent. I think that this is one of Louis Vuitton's classic pieces. If this is your first purchase, or even just if you want a classic bag, this bag is excellent. I think it's never going anywhere, I don't think. I mean, that would be kind of crazy because this is such a popular bag. You know, if you don't mind having the open tote concept, of course, everybody is different. Some people prefer to have the zippered tote, which Louis does have zippered tote options. I believe the Iena or the Iena MM, something like that, it does have a zipper as well. My boyfriend's mom has that bag and she opted for it because of the zipper, I think, and she liked how it was a little bit more secure. So this bag also does come in a PM size, which is smaller than this. But I feel like the PM is just kind of small for a tote bag, so to speak. But if you just love this style but you don't need something this big, then the PM might be a great option for you. Or if you like this, but when you saw what I put in it, that just doesn't seem like it's quite big enough, then definitely opt for the GM. If you can, go in person and try them on, because the GM is a beast. But I will say the GM looks great when you cinch in the sides. I don't personally think this bag looks very good with the sides cinched in. That's just my opinion. I never wear this bag like that, but I think the GM looks really cute like that, and it gives it like a whole different look. So the leather really does look great. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some wear along the edges, but I've never done anything to this bag. I'm pretty sure Louis themselves, they recommend that you do not treat it with anything. Actually, if you were to treat it, I believe that they won't do anything with it after that. Like if you go in and admit that you sprayed something on the leather, I believe they will give you a hard time, and I don't know if they would even do repairs or anything like that. Could be wrong, I don't know, but that's what I have heard in the luxury community. So if you do end up treating it with something, then probably just don't mention it if you do go in. But I'm in a Facebook group that is Louis Vuitton based, and lots of women talk about how they spray their leather to protect it. But I just don't think it's necessary unless you really just can't stand the thought of the water spots. Now I also want to just point out that the edge of this leather, which this is the untreated. Now like the damier ebene, that is a treated leather, so it'd be a different experience. But I don't know how well it'll really pick up. But as you can see, the edge of the leather is like a raw edge, which I don't know, I just love this bag. I really do. I am so happy I went with monogram as my first one, but I have to tell you, I'm in love with all three of the canvases in this bag. I would love to have the damier azur. I'm so scared of damier azur, but I think it looks stunning. I just love that print. But, you know, if this one I think is good. It was definitely good for me for a first piece because I do use it for work a lot and I wear jeans to work. I'm lucky in my office lets us wear jeans. So I think the damier azur really would have had a lot of wear, and I was just very inexperienced when I got my first bag. You know, had I gotten the azur, I don't think I would have quite known how to take care of it as well as like I've learned through watching videos and things like that. So one day maybe I'll get an azur piece, but for now I have monogram and damier ebene, and yeah. So that is really it for my 4-year wear and tear. I cannot believe I've had this for 4 years. Technically I've had it for more than 4 years because I got it in October of 2016 and we're now in November of 2020, which is insane. But I really do love this bag, and I also actually have an organizer on the way. I have a feeling it's not gonna make it to me. I ordered it on Etsy and it's just been stuck since like October 19th. So I need to contact the seller about that. But I do plan on getting some kind of organizer for this, and when I do, I'll do a video about that. I am not usually one for organizers, but I was curious to see like how it would, you know, how it would make the functionality of this bag maybe a little bit different. So, and the other reason I wanted an organizer was because since this is the pink lining, and I just recently got the Louis Vuitton Felici in a light leather, I was thinking that the organizer would be good because I picked it up in like a cream color, so very light. I thought the organizer would be good to put in here in case I wanted to like bring my Felici with me. That way if I go somewhere, I can just pull the Felici out and go. But I would be terrified to put a light bag inside with this interior. Now I don't know that there would be any issue with like color transfer, but I'm not trying to find out. So anyway guys, that is really it for my wear and tear on this bag. Once I get the bag organizer, whether I get the one I ordered or find another one, I will definitely do a video about that. So if you're interested in that, then hit that subscribe button to join my little community here. But I hope that this video was helpful to you in case you were curious about this bag and how it held up over years. I don't see me ever getting rid of this, honestly, especially because it was my first piece, but I still use this bag all of the time. I love it, love it, love it, if you can't tell. So anyway, if you have any questions about this bag, then definitely leave me a comment. I would be more than happy to try to help you. I love being able to help people make their luxury purchases. I just love this category of stuff, you know. I could talk about it all day long. So if you have any question at all, please leave me a comment and I will do my best to try and help you make your decision or answer any questions that you have. And that is it. I will wrap up my rambling now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.